it is a rainy storm checking in. I just wanted to make this video, of course, to show off my beautiful altar. Not the full deal, but just a little snippet of it. I actually received some strawberries today while I was at the land over off of 57th at the Breathing Room. It is a collective of artists, community organizers, farmers, growers, just beautiful and amazing. It was me and my homie Aries, my homie Seneca Aries anniversary. We met around this time. I think it was the Taurus New Moon. We met around this time last year while I was DJing at an event, and it really just felt really good to just like come back, not only to not the original land that we first started doing farming, but like a new collective of people, groups, circles, kind of like being around in a fireplace. I kept talking about fire all day today, and not only just fire within like a fireplace or like starting a fire. I saw the word fire on somebody's license plate. I talked about doing a fire ritual for some reason for the Scorpio full moon at the end of the month. And then I looked at at the planetary positions, and there's actually a grand fire trine going on right now. Like Jupiter retrograde in Sagittarius. We have Venus and Chiron in Aries right now, and then we have the moon is in Leo. So right now we're like cultivating this fire, purposely, have the red going on. All the red themes are playing out right now, and I feel like as a collective we are starting to come into like this newness. Like, even though there's still like a sense of things being daunting, like coming out of like this Neptunian fog a little bit, kind of still feeling a little bit like a Mercury retrograde, but not really a Mercury retrograde. We are establishing a new foundation. Missed opportunities, missed connections, all of these things are starting to come back. Especially as we starting to enter Gemini season. It's like at the end of the month, towards the end of the month, it's like everything is starting to come back full circle. People are starting to come out of hibernation. And I did want to show strawberries. I did not know that strawberries actually form as a flower first before they turn and blossom into beautiful berries. I don't know if you can really see this. I am going to be planting these tomorrow. I just wanted to, at first I was like, is this coming out? At first I was like, I want to plant them, but it was dark by the time I got home, so I was like, I'll just do it in the morning, whatever. But they are just so beautiful, and this is going to be my first time actually growing strawberries. So tomorrow, I talked about last year doing the herbs, like doing, holistic herbs and health and things like that, and talking about those things. But I think I want to start, I am going to be starting this season. Strawberries will be the Taurus season fruit, herb, and plant that we'll be talking about. And I'll get a little bit more into it tomorrow, because I just think it's significant, especially since we're talking about fire and red and like that grounded root energy. These came straight from the root. Right now I have them like potted in water and soil, keeping them up just so my altar can like soak in all the goodness of this strawberries. And then also my altar is fire. Like I have yellows, like hues of yellows and oranges, and now reds, and it's very like the beginning, the bottom chakras coming up into what I would say with Gemini season reaches our more of our crown area, opening up the messages, letting the messages come. So communication through the physical realm and the spiritual realm, the connection of that. Even though Taurus is about the throat, there's still a level of foundational groundness to Taurus season. The building blocks is kind of like what I talked in the last video. And just that sense of home, and that sense of connection, and that sense of rebuilding and coming together. And like I always like to describe Taurus season as like the campfire, and people coming together, and it's like really intimate and sensual, and I don't know, just comforting. It's a very comforting season. I've always loved Taurus season. It's that reconnection that we all feel, after the fire of Aries season is like pushing us into this new journey, this newness, of spring, into blossoming into the summertime, And so I really just wanted to make this video to talk about that. Fire, fire is a theme, and also water too. It rained today, but it wasn't just like, usually when it rains, you're like, it's beautiful, but I kind of want to stay in. Today, there's just something about, like, just being in the rain and just letting the rain, like, just wash us. Like, we was all just in the rain, and the rain it just covered us. And it's like it was just washing us away and ridding us away of any weight, anything that we was carrying, anything that we was feeling. It was like the rain was just a way of, like, our internal release. The sun eventually came up. Of course, because anywhere I go, the sun comes out. But that's a whole nother story. But it's just like, it was a way of how everything played out today. Was just a complete, it was just magic. It was beautiful. It was, I don't know, it felt like the new way of breath and life and energy and power, and establishing that not with other people, but really truly establishing that within ourselves and being okay with that. Like, I'm getting the breeze. It's like hitting the back of my head right now as I'm talking. A really cool breeze too. It's like hitting the back of my neck as I speak. I would say, and I think I'm gonna just go ahead and pull a card. I said I wouldn't, but I'm gonna just go ahead and pull a card real quick before, we out of Cannon's time. We already got a house card that is falling all the way out. Ow, okay. Jupiter. Jupiter just flew on out for us. Alright. Got the house, we got the zodiac, and we got the planet Libra. Second house. Oh, we are expanding. Planting new seeds. That Taurus second house energy of moolah, baby. Moolah, baby. Values. We're expanding in trying to find the balance within ourselves, and trying to find the balance within, the things that we want on this physical earth, on this physical plane. You know what I mean? Our desires, the things that make us feel comfortable and make us feel good and make us feel, valued and loved and appreciated. As we are on this journey of Jupiter in Sagittarius retrograding right now. So we're reevaluating all these things. You know what I mean? We're reevaluating the way we want to go, and what direction we want to go, and the way we want to expand, and the things that not only that we value, but the things that we want to acquire, physically acquire. You know what I mean? And it's being very clear, even though Libra is not the most clearest, even though it's a sign about balance, but Libra is not the most clear. I think it's kind of all like anteing us up to be like, okay, what is it that I want that is going to bring me not complete balance, because the scales is never completely like perfectly balanced, but just, you know, a little bit of this and a little bit of that in my life. You know, that makes the scales kind of, you know, tip a little bit, but not too much. You know, finding the extreme and the mundane. Like finding the balance between the two. And it's interesting. We have red, or blue, red, and green. You know, we have the throat, the root, and the heart chakras playing out. So once again, that grounding effect, even though Jupiter is mostly about like, wee, going off, you know, on a limb, it's just really about finding source, really about coming back to source and getting very, very clear about the things you want on this new journey. You already know what it is. It's a rainstorm. You have not lost the race. You are still in the race. You are still in the running. Do not let anybody tell you different. And, hey, we still got a little bit of time before the gates close. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just going to put it out there. So